Was Isaac Newton hot?
He was so hot.
I love this bit where he's singing, oh yeah, is that who I am now?
Is that who I am now?
In regards to Isaac Newton being hot. And Donna was just like, yeah, it wasn't really that far to begin with. Welcome back to Purple and Apple Reviews. I'm Sharon. Last night was Doctor Who, and oh boy. I was an emotional wreck from that final scene. The whole episode was amazing. So why don't we go through it? I have my cup of tea in my Doctor Who mug. I have my Doctor Who dress and my TARDIS key. I think I'm ready. Let's get into it. So we had England 1666. My first thought was the Great Fire of London, which actually the Doctor said. And then we get brought into countryside. We're like, I wonder what this is about. And then I see a tree, a guy sitting under it, and I'm like, oh, it's Newton. It's Isaac Newton. As soon as I saw the TARDIS land and covering him in apples, I was like, okay, something's going to go wrong. Does he not actually think of gravity? But then when Donna said her dad joke,
The gravity of the situation!
of the gravity of the situation, I was like, okay, maybe not. And then we were brought with the word mavity.
Mavity.
I found that, I love that gag throughout the whole of the actual episode. And then the Doctor says gravity at one point, and I was like, wait, what? Hang on a minute. So does the Doctor actually remember the word gravity? Because when Donna does use the word mavity, he does look at her a bit weird. So one of those little Doctor Who quirks that I like about it. It's changing history, but that's what Doctor Who does sometimes.
Have you got the control set to famous or what?
I love that line from Donna. Have you got the control set to famous or what? It's so true because, you know, she's met Agatha Christie in the past and she's probably known about some of the other people that he's met, and it's quite true that the Doctor does meet a lot of famous people. Oh, the way the TARDIS just slams into that wall and then fire just comes out of it. It's like the TARDIS is pissed off. It's going, you have destroyed me. Get out of me. I hate you. I think that's what the TARDIS is saying. Remember how the TARDIS used to hate Clara? I don't think he's going to be that keen on Donna after this.
Oh, it was brand new.
I love this moment of David Tennant almost grieving over the TARDIS and his new TARDIS.
Sorry.
It was brand new. Sorry. Oh, Donna. I love this reconfiguring part of the TARDIS. We've not really seen that before, him fiddling with a regular screwdriver before, and it's quite good. And the fact that the TARDIS is going to fix itself just from plugging the screwdriver in. As soon as he put that screwdriver into the TARDIS, I was like, okay, we're not going to have the sonic screwdriver all this episode, aren't we? I knew something was going to happen because this is Doctor Who.
Wow! Nice! Big!
Very big.
The set of the spaceship is amazing. As soon as they walked out into it, I was like, okay, is this Star Wars? Are we in Star Wars right now? But it is impressive. That's all I've got to say. I know it's probably just done by like building one part of the set and then duplicating it all the way down in post, but it's pretty awesome. I wonder how much of that set they actually built and what parts are CGI, because obviously when it moves, then yeah, I'm interested to know. I need to watch all the behind the scenes stuff of this to see how they did it, because having it all CGI was just going to be a nightmare.
My family is waiting for me.
I love the fact that Donna's just always thinking about her family right now and she doesn't want to go on adventures. It was a bit like when Martha came back and was like, oh, it's good to see you, but no, I don't want to go. And then the TARDIS went, boom, bye-bye, I'm off to create Jenny. So yeah, it's kind of giving me that vibe. I love the Doctor's just little expressions. That's the only thing to convince her.
We've got mavity.
Yeah.
There's the mavity. And you see the Doctor's little reaction there. I think he's thinking, I've just effed up here. His little face. Yeah, okay. Yes, Doctor, you changed a word.
Was it me or was Isaac Newton hot?
He was, wasn't he? He was so hot.
I love this bit where he's singing, oh yeah, is that who I am now?
Is that who I am now?
In regards to Isaac Newton being hot. And Donna was just like, yeah, it wasn't really that far to begin with. Before anyone goes off about whether the Doctor's just going, oh, was he attracted to guys now? No, it's just, you can find people attractive and not want to sleep with them, so. Bye bye TARDIS. So this is basically the HADS relocation system. So it actually did remind me of when the Doctor and Clara were in the submarine and the TARDIS disappeared. I instantly thought of that when I first watched it, and I was like, okay, it thinks it's in danger.
You could summon it. Just use that stupid head of yours and get it back.
Reminds me of that episode, end of season 4, where the Doctor loses hope because they can't find Earth after it got stolen. And Donna's like, but you can do it, right? You can do it. And he's just blank and he's just like, not saying anything.
Oh, don't you look at me like that.
And Donna recognises that look right there.
It's your fault.
You wandered with me.
Oh, like I could stop you.
You spilled the coffee. No.
Oh, it's like the best friend vibe right here. Like, you were the one who did this. No, you were the one who did that. Oh, never mind. It's done now. It's and the Doctor's obviously so relieved that Donna's alive that he doesn't push the argument.
Oh my God, where are we?
This bit here where Donna starts to get emotional had me tearing up. Him looking her in the eyes like that, it's getting me emotional again. The way he held her hand, kissed her hand, and kind of looked her in the eye to almost convince herself and himself that it'll be fine. I just love these two together. I think they're the perfect pairing of any Doctor and companion. Yes, they argue, but they also care about each other so much.
We go and kick its ass.
I love that bit from Donna where she goes, let's go and kick its ass. Because she is just so determined to get home, but she's not afraid. She will kick its ass. Go Donna. And here's the set change. That's why I wonder how much of this is actually CGI, because to do that physically would just take up so much time. The scene with the where the Doctor gets the little vehicle, call back to Orders of Mars. You need bicycles on here. He's like, there must be a better way than walking this massive corridor. And does anybody think this just looks like some sort of construction vehicle that you have, but it's hovering instead? You've got this almost clunky, like, oh wait, that looks homemade in this massive like CGI corridor. It's kind of mixed classic Doctor Who quirkiness and budget with Disney's money. And the way Russell T Davies has handled it, I think, is brilliant. With Chibnall era, I don't know, he had more money than they used to, and they tried to go too big and tried to make it a bit more kind of, I guess, more serious in Doctor Who than Doctor Who actually is. But Russell T Davies has brought back some of the silliness there, but it also brings the storytelling, everything else, the look of the show back to what I think it should be. The aspect ratio as well was different. Chibnall, I think, was even wider than this. So this isn't actually 69, it's slightly wider than that, but I think Chibnall's era was even, I think, more cinema. And that's what threw me at first when I watched that first episode. I was like, oh, that's different. That bit where they're zooming down, I don't know, it just reminds me of WALL-E. It's like the clean, sterile environment, and then you got this huge construction equipment looking thing just zooming down.
Life signs.
No.
So I don't know if this is intentional, but there seems to be a lot of throwbacks to stuff that happened in season 4 of Doctor Who with the Doctor and the Donna. Like this bit here, for instance, the scanning for life on something that seems to be abandoned. Think of the Silence in the Library episode, that's what they did then. I'm seeing a lot of stuff, but I don't know if that means anything or if it's just the fact that we've got Russell back and this is just part of his writing style. I have no idea. We'll see if anything comes into that, because could be something to do with the next episode. It's a bit like when they said Torchwood or Bad Wolf all the time. There might just be little things just thrown in there. So we'll see, I guess.
The spaceship seems to have powered down.
Spaceship powered down, just like the library powered down. Might be onto something here. This episode also reminds me of the Satan Pit episode, because there's like opening of the airlock and then there's the person like hanging outside the ship as well. So yeah, there's a lot of callbacks here.
There's a camera. Like a drone. We can see where we are.
Oh my god. Another callback to the library episode. The camera drone is circular, just like the one in the library. Is this just my brain connecting things, random things, or does this actually mean anything?
There's no stars. Where are the stars?
Where are the stars? Again, another callback. When the stars were disappearing with Wilf on the mound. Oh boy. Oh, my brain is about to explode from all the theories that are going through my head right now, and I don't know if I'm just connecting things that aren't there or if this is going to be something.
Mavity well?
The doctor says Mavity!
The TARDIS was out of control. It's taken us
To the edge of the universe.
I thought he was going to say into the void, but I think maybe what we're looking at is the void. But, you know, the between dimensions, I don't know if that's going to be... Well, one of the first times we saw the TARDIS go out of control like that, it went to a different universe through the void. That's my theory.
I've never been this far.
One thing Russell T Davies likes is sending the Doctor to places so far away that he's never been there before. Second episode of the entire show was like, oh, we've come to the planets for the Earth's destruction. And then with end of season 3, it goes to the end of the universe in relation to time. And now we are at the end of the universe in relation to space.
Right on the edge.
Right on the edge. It reminds me of the Satan Pit when he's about to jump. I'm just making all these little connections. I don't know, is it lazy writing or is it just my brain making connections that other people don't, or is it on purpose? There's the bang. It also reminds me of Midnight, because it has a creature that doesn't really have a form and it takes other forms to communicate with people. Oh boy. Russell, what are you up to?
No.
The fake out. Such best friend mentality. But again, it also reminds me of when he did actually get poisoned in the Agatha Christie episode. My brain is just connecting this on season 4. It's just absolutely crazy.
Can you still hear me?
No.
Can you still hear me? No. I just love their friendship. Here comes the confusing part, which I just thought was a different style of editing, of cutting back and forth to one room. I thought, are these conversations happening, like one happened and then the other happened, or do they just keep going back between different rooms until it's revealed that they're not actually talking to themselves, the real person? I did wonder why the Doctor just slid down and sat on the floor, and I'm like, what's wrong with him? I did think it was slightly off, but I didn't really pay attention to it at the time.
It's getting cold.
And then Donna walks in here. So I was like, I was a bit confused at first, but I thought it was just some weird editing choice. But I was like, okay.
He's lovely, Wilf. I'd love to see him again.
And we do. That's very sad at the end. And it was very surprising as well.
There's a tribe and they worship it for 100 years.
When he's talking about the TARDIS being worshipped. Again, the connection there is to Fires of Pompeii, because obviously they are now the household gods and the TARDIS is in the little marble artwork on the wall that they pray to. Another one.
My arms are too long.
I suppose it is a bit fiddly. Could you pop back and finish it?
My arms are too long.
Where she starts repeating herself, I was like, what's up with Donna? Is this really Donna? Is she glitching like she did before? Or is this something different? That was my thought process when I first watched this. That was horrifying. Those arms of David's, it was just shocking. It was insane.
The notion of shape is strange.
The notion of shape is strange. This reminds me of the Peter Capaldi and Jenna Coleman episode of the 2D creatures that turned 3D, and it kind of just reminded me a little bit of that, because obviously they were then taking form of other people as kind of creatures that don't know our world, trying to imitate, and it seemed to be a running theme throughout the whole show. There's a few of those. It's a bit like I said with Midnight, they went into someone and then imitated them and just kind of took over and learnt from them. And this is exactly what they're doing here. They are learning from the Doctor and the Donna how to look like a human. Oh god, the knees, the 2 knees, oh my god. This chase scene down the corridor, it was utterly, oh god, it was just, I was like, what the hell am I watching? This is some sort of horror film. It's not Doctor Who. And then when they get squished and stuck in the tunnel, oh my god. I would love to see the behind the scenes of this. This would be hilarious to watch. I can't wait to watch all the Doctor Who Unleashed and everything else. So, oh my god. It's like a game of Twister gone wrong.
How can we get bigger? Because you only get a certain amount of mass, don't you?
Donna showing her scientific knowledge. Love it. This bit was utterly terrifying. Hearing those footsteps or whatever it was brings horror movie vibes to it. Also, the episode where they were going through the TARDIS, Emmy and Rory were going through the TARDIS, and yeah, it kind of reminds me of that episode as well.
Oh, don't.
It's getting cold again. What I thought when it was getting cold, I was like, oh, where's Sam and Dean? We need them right now. There's a ghost. And then later on in the episode, when he brings out the sword, I'm like, okay, are you actually just a fan of Supernatural and you wanted to bring some of those elements into it? I thought that was hilarious. They mixed up all the lore, so like demons and ghosts can't cross this line, but they have to count it just like the fairies do in Supernatural. Oh god, yeah, that's yeah.
You don't know where you're from.
This bit here where they're talking about the Doctor doesn't know where he's from. Oh.
How does anyone know? How does Donna know?
His frowny face is getting frownier and frownier. And he's like standing like this, kind of in a defensive pose, and he obviously doesn't want to talk about the Timeless Child bit. So yeah, oh god. I was wondering if they'd talk about that subject at all. And it looks like they have. There could have been a way to just easily ignore it and not really bring it up again, but I think Russell wanted to actually link it back to some of the Jodie era to say, you know, this is still the same show. And the Doctor is going through something emotionally huge right now. It's kind of, I'm sort of glad they did, even though I didn't like the Timeless Child storyline, but I'm kind of glad they've linked it so it doesn't feel like a separate reboot, if you like, or something that we just need to retcon. The story's there now. It's in canon. We can't change it. It's there. May as well go with it. I kind of wish this whole interaction was the real Doctor and Donna and not just the real Doctor.
A creation which I devastated, so yes, I keep running, of course I do. How am I supposed to look back on that?
It wasn't your fault.
I know!
Oh, poor Doctor. He blames himself even though he knows it wasn't his fault. David Tennant could do those emotional scenes so well.
Donna, is that you?
The doctor saying, Donna, is that you? He so wants it to be her.
I missed you.
Oh. He starts to let go and open up, and he realises he's been tricked. This episode goes from emotional to funny to scary to what the hell am I watching? And I love the roller coaster that it provides.
Auntie Iris, Mummy and Daddy.
Oh my god. When the doctor did that crab thing and then just started chasing Donna down the hallway, I was like, oh, I had no words. I was like, what the hell is this episode? Oh god. Then it goes from that nightmare to the doctor having an emotional breakdown, which is quite rare to see. We rarely see the doctor beat stuff up like that. It was quite impactful. The doctor reminds me a little bit of Dean Winchester in that aspect. He would have like an outburst of anger, but then he'd be like, right, I need to get on with the job. I love this four-way conversation that they have.
Brain box.
Go.
Thank God.
I love how they both realised at the same time which one is the real one.
Salt.
Here's the salt. I'm like, yes, you are Dean Winchester. Okay, fine. Super Hulock? Yes, please. Where's Sherlock? So these creatures, or whatever they are from the, from the emptiness of nothing. So I wonder how they got there. If nothing's there, then nothing can be born. But obviously this is sci-fi. I wonder if it's anything that was created in terms of something from our universe that kind of ended up there. Are they things that have been, compressed by a black hole that's now there or something? I have no idea. But yeah, it's sci-fi, so I'll try not to think too hard about it. But yeah, I'd be curious to know how they actually came into existence in the first place. The monster teeth. That is just as bad as how the teeth for the werewolves developed in Supernatural over the course of the years. It's like, oh god, terrifying. I understand why they say this one wasn't for kids. This is more of a 12 rating, I think, this episode.
That's lucky. Onward.
That's such a gag. Oh, that was lucky. Oh wait, we're going with full 360. I love this show.
Yes, but if you just listen to my questions, thank you very much.
I love like Donna's just like, listen to me. I am brilliant. Listen to me. I have got a good question here. And then the doctor's like, actually, yeah, you do.
The more scared we are, the more the blood pumps, hypothalamus, adrenaline. We think faster and faster and faster.
It makes us easier to copy.
This is where it feels like midnight. Reading them and becoming them. So yeah, it's kind of a similar storyline in terms of that one. And they're both terrifying episodes.
Stop thinking.
I love the fact that the doctor's just like, I can't do it. I have to think. I have to solve this. Catherine Tate and David Tennant did such a good job at both roles, being creepy and then being the Doctor and Donna.
But you're working it out now.
No, I'm not. Yes, you are. And so am I.
I love the fact that the fake Doctor is goading the Doctor into figuring out why. So he can copy him. The bit where they're running on the corridor and then the Doctor turns into the whatever running on all fours, and I'm like, why did you do that earlier? Here she comes. I'm like, come on Donna, get up and run. The Doctor using his TARDIS like a skateboard. I love it. It also reminds me a little bit of the Runaway Bride, where he is trying to get to Donna in the taxi and he's got the TARDIS along the motorway.
Yes.
This bit here, I was like, I mean, that sounds like Donna, but is it? And then you see that little smile in the fake Donna's face, and you're just like, oh crap. This bit was incredibly sad. You're just like, Doctor, look at Donna. Make sure you have the right one. Just look at her. Catherine Tate had done such a good job with that scene, that look on her face, knowing that she's about to die. It's heartbreaking. I didn't see the screen before. That's what he was doing. He was checking to see if it was the right Donna. Okay, I get it now. He's got an X-ray on the screen and he realised it wasn't the right Donna. He knew he wouldn't be able to tell the difference himself because they'd copied way too much. So that's why he ran to the TARDIS console to actually run a scan of Donna. I love it. Just like eject button. Bye! Oh, that TARDIS set is amazing. This bit where they're just sitting down by the console, hugging each other. Yeah, I was crying at this point. This Doctor's definitely much more affectionate than a lot of the other incarnations. Even David Tennant's incarnation. Yeah, he's definitely much more in touch with his feelings, I think. Maybe it was the fact that he was a woman beforehand? Maybe?
That other Donna was a 99.9.
This coat. I love this coat on David Tennant. I don't know what it is about a guy in a long coat. Or maybe it's just David Tennant in a long coat that I like. I do like Angel and Spike in their long coats too.
All the time we've been apart, she could remember it. Can you?
His, I wonder if Donna actually lied to the Doctor here about what she can actually remember. I think she remembers some stuff. Because that look where she's like looking around going, like, okay, what do I say? Because I know I've seen some of it. And that was a question people had last episode about what actually Donna remembered about the last 15 years. And it makes sense that she will remember it. So, especially because the creature impersonating Donna can remember it. So her brain might not be big enough to access it all, but I think she might get flashes or know small amounts of what he's been through and this particular conversation that he's talking about.
What did she say?
Things.
Like what?
I love the fact that if Donna doesn't remember, that she is giving the Doctor the opportunity to talk about it by himself, because obviously with her daughter, she obviously didn't want to push anything for them in like, it's like a coming out thing, isn't it? You don't want to push someone to come out. She knows how to handle those situations now that she's a mum as well. It's yeah, she's kind of letting the Doctor reveal what he wants, but giving like that gentle push of like, I'm here.
You okay?
I will be.
When?
1,000,000 years.
Yeah, you can see how the Doctor's affected by all the events that happened during the Jodie era. Okay, I'm starting to tear up again now watching that. And then he lands. And was you already emotional?
Oh, there we are, back home. My goodness, Donna!
I was a little bit in shock when I first saw him because I didn't realise they managed to get him before he died.
He'll come back and save us.
Save us from what?
And where's the family?
He'll come back and save us. It reminds me of when the Master came back and Wolf was looking for the Doctor to save them. And here's where it goes mental. Wow, so this episode was amazing. It had ups and downs in it throughout the whole episode. It made me cry, it made me creeped out, it made me laugh. It's one of those episodes a bit like Midnight and the one where Peter Capaldi is trapped in that big maze. It's kind of like there's hardly any cast in there. I love the fact that this episode the only cast members in it were David Tennant and Catherine Tate throughout most of the episode. Until the very end scene when we get back to the Stables Market in Camden with Bernard Cribbins in his last scene, and obviously the what else is happening in the background of that at the very end. I found the story to be very well written. It did, however, take off a lot of stuff from the past, so there's a lot of plot things that happened in there that reminded me very much of previous Doctor Who episodes. I have no idea if that's intentional or not. I don't know if it's going to play a role in the story. Like maybe, oh yeah, you're actually just, it's like, maybe you're not even here, maybe this is something, maybe this is a trick, you know, if it's I know the toy maker's coming in the next episode. We'll see if anything has to do with here with the toy maker. But honestly, I do not remember the toy maker from Classic Who. I have seen most of Classic Who. I don't know if I've seen it all, but I don't actually remember it. So I have no idea what he's about. We'll see whether all the little callbacks to other episodes that I talked about throughout the review come into it, or if it's just the fact it's just Russell's writing style and a lot of the same stuff he likes to write and explanations and everything else. So we'll see. I'm not sure if it's just plot or just his style. But yeah, or it could just be my brain making random connections where there's no connection. Catherine Tate and David Tennant did such an amazing job playing both villain and Doctor and Donna. I loved the part where there was all four of them, two fake, two real, all talking to each other, and the pans, two from the Doctor, two from the Donna. It was definitely well done. I just applaud the actors for doing such a good job of making it seem real. I am going to miss David Tennant when he goes again. I know he's only got like one episode left, so I really hope that we get to see him again in the future for, like, you know, another special 70th anniversary. Yeah, I will miss him, but I'm looking forward to Chuti, so we'll see what his Doctor's like, how he plays it. I'm trying to keep as much spoiler free as possible, so I've not really been reading anything or watching anything surrounding any of the episodes except for like the trailers and just what I see randomly online. If you like my review, I do reviews for Doctor Who and I'm doing a Supernatural rewatch as well, so if you want to watch those, please subscribe to my channel, click the like button, and if you want to leave a comment, please feel free to do so, because I like having a discussion around Doctor Who with people. Just keep it nice and we will have a discussion about what you thought of the episode. I will see you next time.